This is probably the first time we've ever spoken outside of the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Welcome to the seance.
But I do honestly believe that you are like the funniest person in the world. In fact, you have my favorite joke of all time. My favorite joke, I think I've told you this before.
God, I hope this one's mine.
This is from your HBO special, Take the Hit.
I remember when I heard about that Jon Benet case. You remember reading about that? I was looking in the Enquirer when that came out, and I was thinking, Jon Benet's not that hot without makeup. Seriously. I mean, she's okay. She's all right. Kind of average, though. She's talented. Not a stunner.
I do remember that one. I do like that you like that one.
I love it so much that I've ruined many a party by retelling that joke, and people are just like horrified that my favorite joke of all time is talking about a 20-year-old child murder. That blew me away.
I sometimes work, just a couple weeks ago, I was doing a big child molester chunk in my act, and tastefully, I have a real good in on it, somehow I brought up Jon Benet, and they boo, and I go, "You're booing Jon Benet? That's super talent." I turned the tricks on them because I made them think that they were booing Jon Benet.
You performed during like the first stand-up comedy boom, and now you're performing out on the road again during the second stand-up comedy boom.
Yeah.
What do you think is the difference between the two booms, boom-wise? Just speaking strictly in terms of booms.
The difference is not my act. It's the same.
Yeah.
I said it's a different crowd. No, I sort of caught a good wave when I started, and now I just have no choice because I can't do anything else. So I like doing stand-up. You know it's hard. They know it's hard. Just at the Comedy Store, everyone's fucking good, you know? So to go out there and not look like an asshole and not stand out as bad is fun.
So you think the comics during this current boom are better? Because they have to be.
They have to be different than the ones before them, so it's a little harder in that respect.
Yeah.
Because it was sort of uncharted territory back then. I only knew watching Johnny Carson with Seinfeld and Paul Reiser and Kevin Neal and these guys. So there was probably one comic for every 10 there are now. So there's so much competition and so much, you can't do a joke like this joke, that's hard to stay away from areas. Like you have a very distinct style, which helps in writing, I'm sure, because I don't see a lot of people saying, oh, they're like you or you're like them. You know, that's good. I'm a little looser. Stuff I do is a little more down the middle, but I obviously want my own voice.
Yeah. If someone tells me that, like, oh, I'm like you, my only response is, good luck with that. Like, I barely squeak through. David, you've mentioned a bunch of comics already you looked up to. Who would you say was your biggest influence starting out?
That's a good question. I would maybe lean toward Dennis because he was my favorite for a run there, and then I got to open for him, and then he liked my act, which was a big deal to me.
This is pre-SNL. You opened for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he said, why don't you come open for my black and white special or one of those specials, and I did that. I didn't know I wouldn't be on it. I thought I'd be on
You would
part
show
of
the
it.
opener?
Yeah. Like, I'd be like, just the first couple minutes.
Yeah.
And then I found out I wasn't. But I got to do that. I even asked if we could have a picture the first week we worked at Caroline's. And in the middle of the week, I go, can we get a picture together? He goes, that's weird, dude. We're friends, right? I go, oh, yeah. I felt so stupid. And then he helped me get on an HBO Young Comedian special that he was hosting. And then after that, SNL saw it. And then he told Lauren I'd be good. So he helped a lot of it. You know?
Yeah. The black and white special is one of my absolute favorites. I love that he paid himself to have it shot on film so that it actually looks, like, still holds up in black and white.
Yeah.
Costs 10 times as much as anyone else's special.
Yeah.
But it's still great. Let's take a look at that. This is a clip from Dennis Miller's 1990 HBO special, the black and white special.
And you want to know what a prick Adolf Hitler was? I read Mein Kampf this weekend. No dedication.
Do you still talk to Dennis Miller?
Uh-huh.
Like, I mean, I don't know anyone except for you who still talks to him, and I am friends with 2 of his brothers. Why do you think that people get so angry at a comedian when they change over the course of their career?
Well, listen, I'm not political, and the new show's not for that reason, like, mostly because I'm stupid, but I'm sort of a believer I'm here to do stand-up, and that's hard enough. They're not paying to see me do that part. So
Exactly.
I just say, hey, they can do their thing, but for me, I stay out of it, and I think with Dennis, you gain fans, but you lose fans. And I think he actually went against the grain. When you're going to go Republican, especially out here, it's hard to even go to parties. It's like a career move to be a Democrat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why I wanted to do this show. Like, we tape months in advance. Like, I don't care what's in the Mueller report. You know, I don't want to...
Yeah.
Like, I thought, like, Picasso, if he was alive today, wouldn't have a period of 4 years where he just painted pictures of the president. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like,
exactly.
I didn't want to waste my time with something I didn't know anything about just because everyone else was doing it.
It's hard enough to write the regular jokes I do, so.
Oh, exactly. And I don't relate to people. You know what I mean? I have more money than most Americans, and I don't care about anything. I don't have a family. So you're like, I'm voting like this for my kids. I'm like, that makes sense. I guess. I see it.
I like that assessment.